Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Jimi Tents, and I'm here with HotNewHipHop, and I'm about to break down below the surface. Roll up out my slumber, roll up doja, breathe another breath. Shower, shit, and shave, pick up my phone and hear another death. You know, the state of mind I was in when I wrote that was just self-reflection of just being in the daily motion of my day, waking up, showering, smoking a joint, and getting a phone call that I just lost a loved one. So it started off like a daily routine, but as the song progresses, you start to see like how it impacts me, you know, and how that one call threw off the entire motion of the day. Terrence died, half the family cried, who I'm gonna protect? You know, backpedaling, you know, losing a loved one. I'm not sure if, you know, any of you have lost any loved ones, but just being in a state of mind of feeling helpless, or feeling like there was something you could have done, or there was things that you could have said, or things that you could have done in order to stop it from happening, or to prevent, you know, the loss of someone. And almost like guilt, regardless if you were attached to it or not, you just feel helpless, and you feel like, how can I protect, you know, the people around me if this is what it's gonna come to? So half the time I'm pseudo-suicidal, so cause I'm depressed. You know, I'm not really on no sad boy shit. This is actually like one of the most vulnerable records on my project. And the reason why I said pseudo-suicidal is cause, you know, I personally, you know, like, I write to vent and get things off of my chest, and I feel like if I wasn't in this position, then maybe I would be more on the edge or leaning towards, you know, taking that approach to deal with my problems. But I say pseudo in a sense like fake suicidal. Like, everybody think that they'll take themselves to that point until they really contemplate that thought fully and say like, nah, like I'm not really about it. So, you know, I feel like during this point in my life, regardless if I spoke about it or not, it was definitely like a thought that I wrote out and got out through this song. It's your party while you sad, I'm on the brink of my success. Now, this line was more of referring to the party as my entire life being a celebration, and every day being a party, or every day being something that I could cherish and celebrate and feel happy about. But I don't feel, at the point of writing this record, I didn't feel happy. And it was more of a question being asked, like why do you feel like this when all of this is happening for you? Like, all this great shit is happening for you. And it all kind of makes success feel less enjoyable, knowing that you can't have somebody that you care about, like, right there with you to experience it, or to even see it come into fruition. So that's what this line is about. Half the time I grin and bear, I wear my soul around my neck, scarfed and harnessed by this awful garment that I've grown to hate. But love is love and love is me. I love it when there's more at stake. In this line, I kind of took the man in the mirror and the person that's me on the inside, my soul, and made it something tangible, you know, playing off of, you know, like people saying like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I took it a step further to say like, I wear my soul around my neck, and made it something tangible lyrically, from being a scarf to somewhat visually becoming a noose, like hanging myself with my own demons and the things that bother me internally. But at the end of it, you know, instead of like hanging myself and being pseudo-suicidal, or even diving into the depths of these feelings, I ended the line with love is love and love is me. I love it when there's more at stake. So I tackle these problems head on, and I go to love as my way out instead of going to, you know, sadness or depression, or hate or anything that's fueled by negativity. It's on the line, time to wait for mines and yours. I'm tired of poor, I'm tired of broke. Gotta taste the private jets and giant tours. So, you know, with that line saying that I accept, you know, taking a brighter path out of these feelings, and saying that I'll accept the feelings that I'm going through and the pressure that I face. You know, also agreeing with not liking the position that I'm in and aspiring and having aspirations for more. You know, it just brought me back to a time last summer when I was fortunate enough to go on tour with Justin Bieber, and I was able to see like a huge production be put together, like 30,000 people in an arena, like, you know, thousands and thousands of fans and people genuinely loving you, and just the taste of that lifestyle to go back to, you know, being on the come up. So it just showed me both sides of the coin, and it kind of refocused my vision regardless of the feelings that I had prior to. On my accord, I'm focused. Ain't been driven in a minute, I'm chauffeuring, but I'm working. Ain't been timid in a minute, who I'm kidding, shit, I'm nervous. Below the surface, below the surface, below the surface. Shit, I'm hurting. Below the surface, below the surface, below you surface, So, on my Accord, I'm focused. You know, the Honda Accord and the Ford Focus are both cars. So for me, it was just kind of cool to say Accord and then Focus, and then if you kind of like, your mind took it there to put those two things together, I figured that'd be pretty tight, you know, as a lyricist. On my Accord, I'm focused, ain't been driven in a minute, I'm chauffeuring. That line was one of my favorite lines in the song, because as a chauffeur, you don't get driven often. You are the person taking someone from point A to point B, or you're the designated driver in whatever car that you're in. So for me to say, I ain't been driven in a minute, and then use the chauffeur to allude to that, I felt like that was a dope line. On my Accord, I'm focused, ain't been driven in a minute, I'm chauffeuring, but I'm working, ain't been timid in a minute, who I'm kidding, shit, I'm nervous. So the last lines of this verse, I'm just really going back and forth with myself, speaking out loud, you know, trying to convince myself that, you know, I'm better than the feelings that I'm feeling, and I'm better than being timid or being passive or not showing aggression and not showing that. And then I'm like, yo, who the fuck am I kidding? Like, these are emotions, this is how I feel, and this is the overwhelming feeling of having all this shit inside of me, and being able to have a stone face and cover it up, or whatever the case may be. So, you know, that's below the surface.